Hi everyone, Clusimol Designs here. This is part 4 of the Hobby Boss 135 scale Canadian Leopard 2A4 tank build. So as you can tell, progress is moving along here. We're working on the middle section of the tank, which is the hull, and it's looking pretty good. As you can tell, there's a lot of green parts on this section as well. So without the 2A4M kit, an accurate 2A4 Canadian really wouldn't have happened. And I can understand it's getting a little confusing, with me throwing out the 2A4, the 2A4M, and all these little letters and numbers and stuff. It does get confusing even for me sometimes, when I'm trying to explain things, and even looking at the instruction booklet, at times, it's just like all these numbers and parts. So hopefully I'm making sense here, even with these videos. Trying to make an accurate Canadian tank out of two kits sometimes can get a little confusing. So thank goodness these parts are in two different colors, because if they were all gray, I probably would have been pulling out, what's left of my hair already. So, thank goodness that these parts are two different colors. And so that's why I'm doing these videos now before I prime them, because otherwise it would really be a mess. So here we go. Anyway, let's have a look and see what we've done. But before I talk about this, in the last video I said I primed the lower part of the hull and stuff, but luckily I believe in part 2 I showed you the parts prior to painting. So at least now this is what it looks like with them painted. Now I haven't done any decaling or anything like that, so this is just me having it all painted up anyway. So no weathering or anything has been done to this yet. So the next time you see this, the weathering and such, and the decals will be on it. I haven't done any of the wheels or anything yet, as you can tell, but that'll come later. Once I marry these two together, then that'll come. But the wheels and tracks will be on this before I put those, two together. That just makes sense, right? And I did order workable tracks, so that's why I'm hesitating on getting that done quite yet. So first things first is this. So of course we want to make this Canadian, right? And the 2A4 kit only comes with German parts for the most part, and the hooks, I guess you could call it the hooks right here, for the German kit. This is German instructions. This here is I say German instructions because this is the German kit. This here is the 2A4M kit. This is for the Canadian. So you get the Canadian hook points right here. That's what you want to use. As were the German ones for the German kit, those are not accurate, right? At least if you want to do the Canadian kit. So obviously I put right here 2A4M E7. That's the ones you want to use. And that's what we got there in green. So perfect. And then of course you got that part right there. And then I labeled it. I drew it in, right? And just that's my little drawing. 2A4M, you want to use parts B4 and B2. These parts right here, they're not installed yet. I just said cut and use 2A4M GP6, and there's two of them. What I've done is I just cut that off, because those are, they were just molded in, and there's two of them. I only put one right here because I don't want to lose the other one. That's clear, and this is for the 2A4M kit. Theirs are clear. And of course in real life, those are orange lights. So I want to use, because I'm already, kit bashing that one, I'm just going to use, those ones. So the ones that came molded in are just plastic. So I'd rather just slice those off, which I did. And then I'll use that when the time comes. So it'll look a lot more accurate. So I did label that in. So, cut that. That's optional. You don't have to. But why not, right? And then for here, I'm not even going to try drawing that in, because these parts here will come in later. I'm not going to get myself confused. So basically, what you're doing is this, right? All these parts will come in to here. And I'm just going to turn this around. What you're building is that. Let's see if I can get better light. That section right there is what you're building. And that's pretty much as far as I've gone on that. And of course we built, the side pieces right here, and, we've attached the back end. A little bit of putty is needed, just because the joints and stuff, it looks like, crap right now. But once we get that a little bit sanded and painted and such, it'll look good. I mean, just like the turret, right? if you remember the turret, how it, with the putty and stuff, and it was like and once we got that all, sanded and primed and painted, it turned out fairly well, right? So this was a little bit finicky. I mean, sometimes if this doesn't glue straight, like it'll, but it's looking good. So that's as far as we gotten. This obviously isn't the most exciting video because it's just, the gluing and pasting of parts, right? So, but that's, it's coming along nicely. So the next video you see, this will be all painted, and we'll probably have the anti-skid all painted and stuff. It'll be kind of like the turret idea, right? That's, the good looking parts, I guess. This is just a matter of, doing the instructions and showing you, the switch over, kind of make it Canadian. And then once it's all painted and such, then we'll start to get putting, the track pieces on and things like that. And this is where you got to pay attention, because this is where the Canadians and like the German tanks, they separate, right? Because where we put our, our winter track pieces and things like that, this is where we differ. And this is where you got to consult, you like your pictures and, all your research to find out where we differ, right? And then that's where you go from there. So anyway, thanks so much for watching. Hopefully this video made sense. Again, it's, a lot of back and forth, consulting your instructions, consulting your research material, and then to see if you actually have the parts, and going from there, making sure you don't mix up that tank with that tank, and then, and whatever. So again, thanks so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I look forward to your comments, and we'll go from there. So thanks so much, guys. Bye.